Hello everyone, my name is Irvin, also known as Couple Today we're going to continue with our help desk ticket videos. It's going to be a lot of them, so for those reasons, half of this video is going to be on my second channel. I'm going to make a pop-up that comes up on the right-hand corner. It's going to say my second channel. So this is going to be the first part, and the second part is going to come out a couple hours later after this one. So if you want to check that out, please check out my other channel as well. All right, so this ticket is about printing blank pages. I printed out 20 slides from PowerPoint presentation. All of the pages that came out of the printer was blank. So they were blank, so nothing printed out correctly, right? Or you can say nothing printed. It's just the pages went through as if they were printing, but nothing really printed. I was instructed by the librarian to put in a ticket for the blank pages. So since we're going to work on a lot of tickets, on a lot of these, I'm just going to explain what I would check so we can keep going because we have almost 50 tickets to go through. So, all right, let's get into it. I would say, I'm just going to start typing in. I would follow these steps. And I'm going to say number one, check for ink level. Number two, check for ink. What I'm trying to say, it's most likely the ink level, but it could also be the toner. So check the toner. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically a heating element that's in the back of these laser printers, right? So check the toner as well. And then let's see, check the driver, possibly reinstall it. Again, this is going to be fairly quickly. We're going to go through these, and I'm just going to show suggestions of the things you can do, or just off the top of my head. Password policies for this one. How do you change password policies? How do you add user account control, UAC prompts? Can you please create some cybersecurity as well as help desk videos? So these are, you see, these are very specific videos that I would have to make. I'm going to just back off of this one because this is literally another video that I would have to make. Tracy, thank you for the suggestion. I will keep that in mind. I'm just going to add it to my add to do list. But you know how to show you how to change password policies. It's going to be a bit more involved, and we have to get through these tickets. Anyways, I'm going to keep the ticket open just as a reminder. So we'll get back to that. All right, next ticket is not being able to research on campus. Every time I try and Google something at campus on my personal computer, an error message comes up saying the web page is blocked. How do I fix this? I have 4-hour break between classes and I can't get my research papers done because I can't Google anything. Sorry I took so long to answer. I am not on campus on Thursday or Friday. Okay, that's irrelevant. I am using MacBook and I have tried Google Chrome and Sci-Fi. I don't know what that is. And none of them have worked. I attached a screenshot of what message pops up. All right, let's see here. The web page blocked. The web page is blocked because it violates CCBC acceptable use of information technology policy. If you have any questions. Okay, so CCBC here, I believe, is some kind of a college or university that Tracy probably works at as help desk, and they have blocked google.com. So it's as simple as that. This is why this is happening. Now, my first suggestion would be, or question would have been like, well, are you connected to, are you connected to Wi-Fi on campus? I know you're at campus, but are you using Wi-Fi on campus? And you probably are because this, screenshot talks about that. So it's a simple web page firewall blocking policy that is set for this business. Not much else that can be done. This is simply the policy. And so I'm going to reply to that. I'm just going to say this simply looks like I'm going to say campus policy. Come on, policy enforced by the school. Not much can be done about this aside from suggesting to connect to another network, possibly on, I don't know, cell phone hotspot or alike, right? Or alike. So, you know, that's what I would do. Simple as that. You can't get around the policy. We can't make exceptions for a single user. And you can say that to them too. But don't say it like that. Just say, I'm sorry, but this is the policy, and there's nothing I can do because I'm not the one in charge of the policy. So don't promise anything, nothing. Just move on. Frozen laptop. My computer is frozen. When I touch any keys, there is no activity. Okay, I mean, this could be anything. So I'm just going to start listing thing. This could be many things. One, but laptop crashed. Laptop crashed. All right. Number two, let's see here. Keyboard stopped working. Right? I mean, these are logical things. Number three, I don't know. This could cause it too. Computer updates, especially computer updates, maybe MS updates, could cause temporary issue with keys until it finishes installing. Besides that, we would have to have hands-on to see what's going on here, but it's simply my computer is frozen. When I touch any keys, there is no activity, so nothing happens. But four, and could also be hardware issues. Perform a diagnostic. So these are the things that it could be. All right, moving on. Registry key. All right. Registry key. How do you find the registry key for things that run files exe at the startup? And how do you find the registry to allow long paths in Windows? So, okay. So this could be anywhere, right? But typically, let's go to regedit, registry editor. Let's go to registry editor. So normally you would find these type of things in HQ local machine. It's because it refers to registry keys for the local machine, right? And of course, just you by using logic, it would be software, right? So go to software and then look for the software that's installed on your computer. Now, if this is 32-bit software, it would be in here. If it's 64-bit software, it would be in here. All right, or it's the other way around. I forget exactly. I think this is 32-bit, then the other one is 64-bit. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But for example, let's say you have one of these programs running. So select one of them, and there should be the registry keys on the right. See, this one popped up a little bit here. Let's see what else. Is there anything Intel maybe? So here are some of the registry keys, and you would have to figure out which one exactly it is. And for this, you would have to Google it specific to that software, right? I don't know what it is for you specifically because it would be specific to that software. But once you find that in there, there would be a registry entry, and then you would simply change it to from 1 to 0. That's what usually is, like if it says, what is it? The startup on boot, right? What does it say here? How do you find registry keys for things that run? Files are executable on startup, and how do you find the long path to allow long path in Windows? So this is the second part. I'll show you that as well. But here it is: run files.exe on startup. So for this, you can simply just go to services. You can go to services, but actually, let's do this here. So just go to Task Manager, go to Startup. It's right here. So anything that's going to start up on the startup, when it comes to programs, it would be in here. In this case, we got all of these things that will automatically start on startup. And you can simply enable or disable, as you can see here, right? You simply enable or disable. All right, there are registry keys for this, but I would have to individually dig through and find them where they are because it's specific to each program, right? But this is a quick way of doing this. However, if you have desktop redirect, if you have desktop redirect, folder redirect, and things that are in the startup, then you may have no choice if it's controlled by group policies. But here's the folder that you can check too, that will have startup stuff. So if you open up your PC, this PC, formerly known as my computer, and go through your C drive, and I believe it's in program data. It's been a while, but I believe it's in program data, Microsoft. Where is it? It should be startup or something like that. Microsoft Windows. Here we go. Start menu, and then programs. Here it is. So these are all things that are in programs, but here are things that would start up on a startup. So if you have things inside of this will automatically pull up if there is, for example, here, let's just do this. So I'm just going to create a new folder, and if I leave it in here, this folder is going to open up on next startup. Right? Or I can put anything in there, right? I can put anything I want in there. It could be icons. It could be, for example, shortcuts. I can launch Chrome if I just put Chrome in here. Oh, come on. Oh, finally. Okay, so if I put Chrome shortcut in there, this is also going to open up Chrome. But if you don't want it in there, you can just remove it, You can just remove it. So on and so forth. So that's a couple of ways of doing this. All right, so what was the second part here? Oh yeah, long paths in Windows. All right, so that is in a registry. Where was that? Let me see here. So I think it was HKey local machine. So expand HKey local machine system. So it should be in the system. Let me see if I can remember this off the top of my head. I want to say current control set policies. No, wait, is it policies? No, I'm sorry. It's control. And I think it's in here, the setting to enable. And I'll tell you what it does actually. Long form, where is it? Last boot, system startup, current control. Maybe there is another one. There's might be another folder, subfolder that I need to hit. It's been a while since I've had to do this because you don't normally have to do this. Here it is, file system. So in here, let's see, long paths enabled. So if you set this to 1, right now it's 0, means it's disabled. If you set this to 1, that enables long paths. So what does that mean? Kind of what we went through here when it comes to, but this is like folders. Being able to save on a folder that has a lots of subfolder, meaning how long is the path. So let's say I keep just opening up different windows. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to keep going and see how far I can go, right? So this is a path, right? This is a path. Now, if you have path that is way too long, it's typically not supported by Windows operating system unless you enable it. And the reason for that is because things become way too unstable if you have way too long of a path when it comes to the structure of the operating system or any programs. So if this keeps going and going and going, and you have, I don't know, 20 different folders before you finally get to a point where you can want to save things inside of this, you won't be able to. You'll get an error. You'll get an error that says you cannot. The path is too long. And this is what they're talking about. The path to the file is too long. So this is rare, but people do enable it and disable it. So if you want to enable it, just type in 1. and click OK. Anyways, so this is how you would enable. Just make sure you run registry as administrator. I don't have it running as administrator. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's see here. I'm gonna say you can enable or disable run files or exes at startup by going to task manager and select startup, right? Yeah, startup. Go task manager and then select startup to change or check. Let's see, what was it? C. Let me navigate to this again here. Okay, C program data. See program data, Microsoft. See, this is another Longpath. Windows, start menu, programs, startup. So you can, or you can delete files or exes inside of startup. All right, I have to pull up registry editor again so I can paste this path in. You can enable long paths in. Okay. Resolved. All right. Here's a knowledge base. This one is asking about knowledge base. Hello, couple men. My supervisor asked me to add to our knowledge base system. I want to use a star method to create the knowledge base. Can you please create a video on various help desk incidents and put them in a format for a help desk knowledge base? Can you please show me how to create knowledge base? Thank you. This would have to be a separate video, but I've assigned the ticket to myself, and I'll have to get back to you on this because it would have to be on a different video. But my other channel is called Knowledge Base, so I know it's not like a let's see here, article type of knowledge base, but it is a video knowledge base. So if you want to check that out, you can certainly do that as well. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. All right, moving on. But yeah, that's a good one, actually. Breakout rooms. By the way, if you have a ticketing system, there should be a way to have a knowledge base built in that. So you can use previous tickets as knowledge base, right? So you can search keywords and say whatever it is that you're looking for, and then use those other tickets as to see what happened with them as a knowledge base. That's probably one of the best knowledge base things you can do. All right, break dash out rooms on Teams. I am adjunct, adjacent. Is that adjacent? English is my second language, so I think that's adjacent. Anyways, faculty teaching a course this fall, and I do not have access to the breakout room icon in the Brightspace. I am the meeting organizer, so I should be able to access it. I have used Brightspace before, and I've always had this icon. Okay, so I know Brightspace. This came out before. Brightspace is some kind of a learning thing, that some kind of learning website where it's used for teaching things. And this, I don't know, I forget what this is, but I want to say this is either Zoom or Skype or Teams. Well, I guess it would be Teams. Yeah, this is Teams, I think. A Teams just control bar. Like, this is where you would hang up the meeting, mute yourself, put on the camera, turn on the camera, raise your hand, or want to chat, right? This is what this is. And this is for sharing screen right here. I believe so. So, I do not have access to the breakout room icon in Brightspace. Well, you're gonna have to reach out to Brightspace and uh, get you access, whatever that may be. So as simple as that. Then just to kind of show you, let's do a Google search, Brightspace. So yeah, it's some kind of a learning management system, you know. And yeah, I'm not familiar with this, but it's kind of a simple one actually. So I would say, you know, reach out to whoever can grant access in Brightspace. I mean, there's really nothing else that can be done here. So we're going to keep moving. So the next part of it is going to be on my second channel, just so you know. So if you want to keep watching, yeah, just go over there. I'll make it pop up right now. And if you want to save it for later, thank you for watching in this video. I will see you next time. But again, if you want to keep watching, the second part is going to be on my other video. So if you're looking at it right now, so click on it. If you're on the phone, just touch the thumbnail that you see and it will get you there. All right, I'll see you there.